Well, good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. President Trump ran for office promising to restore the country's borders. He won on that. It happened within recent memory. Most of us remember it. And new polls show why it happened. It turns out that Americans of all backgrounds and all ethnicities are deeply skeptical of immigration. They want it reduced. Republicans can win elections by listening to them, but they're not. Congressional Republicans are tonight on the brink of giving amnesty to a huge number of illegal aliens just in time for the fall election. Some of these Republicans are plotting with Democrats to give amnesty to every illegal who originally entered this country as a minor. Potentially, that is millions and millions of people. In return for that, voters would get nothing. No border wall, no reduction in overall immigration rates, no defunding of sanctuary cities, no abolition of chain migration, which is indefensible. Wages will stay low because it turns out supply and demand is real. If you have an overabundance of something, including labor, its value falls. Politically, more states will go the way of California. So what exactly is the point of this? Republican Congressman Steve King of Iowa joins us to explain. Congressman, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, Tucker.
I understand that a small number of affluent Republican donors are pushing very hard for this, and at least one has promised to withhold future donations if he doesn't get what he wants. But aside from that, what is the upside to this plan?
Well, I don't see a lot of upside, and I don't see it because in every single plan or plans, and there are essentially 4 bills, maybe 5 of them out there now in this Queen of the Hill approach that's there, there's a significant aspect of amnesty in every one of them, and I believe every one of them is even greater than the amnesty that Barack Obama unconstitutionally provided with DACA. That's the downside. The upside is that there is enforcement. The Goodlatte bill is the best of the 4. It still has 2 components of amnesty, not 1, but it does get us border security. And we're looking to get funding. They are, by the way, I'm not supporting this bill, they are looking to get $25 billion for a wall. But my argument is you start this path now and you give amnesty to 2 or 3 million or more. Who's going to be the next most sympathetic group of illegal aliens in America that will be deified again and traded for another measure of security? At some point, everybody in America that's here illegally gets amnesty. And what's the border security for in the first place? We need to be willing to send people back or they'll keep coming. That's just a simple equation of history and humanity.
Well, you would think that the Congress of the United States would put the interests of American citizens first, and those, of course, are border security. And then once we've done that, we can talk about the interests of foreign citizens living within our borders. But that's not the priority of Paul Ryan, obviously. Why?
Well, I think he believes in this, and well before he became the Speaker of the House, he and I had a good number of debates on immigration, and he long argued that our birth rate is down in America. We need to bring people in to fill the gap that's created because the birth rate is down, never mind addressing getting the birth rate back up again, and that anytime we bring in immigrants of any kind, they improve our GDP. And I would argue, yes, if any one individual, no matter how much a ward of a state they become, if they actually earned $1, they contributed to the GDP, or if they consume money, they contributed to the GDP. But it doesn't hold up. We need to increase the per capita GDP of our people. We need to restore their respect for the rule of law. And for me, the center of this has always been restore the respect for the rule of law.
Yes, and I wish the leadership of your party agreed with that. They clearly don't. Congressman, thank you for your voice in this. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tucker.